So we stopped off at a garage a while back just to get some supplies for whenever we get on the road, and we noticed something weird is already starting to happen. There seems to be a motorhome that's been following us pretty much en route. I'm getting a little bit nervous, so I'm hoping we lose them on our trail.
So I'm getting glimpses of them in their van and they look a bit suspicious.
So we're a wee bit concerned because the weirdest thing has happened. So that motorhome that was following us on the way here has actually now parked beside us, and it's making us feel really uneasy.
Yeah, we've just parked up against this lovely sort of scenic area, and then they've just literally just pulled up right beside us. So, and they're actually hanging around the door,
yeah,
which is a bit strange. So
yeah.
It is, yeah.
Excuse me, got any sugar there?
No, I'm sweet enough, thank you.
Where's that Irish hospitality?
Hi, we're touring around with Rosie.
And we're always away.
And this week we're back on the Wild Atlantic Way, seeing the best of what Ireland has to offer. We had been planning this trip for a while, and we wanted it to be extra special for our friends coming over. So we're finally on the road again, and we have got the found a point that we can travel. So we're going to head toward the Wild Atlantic Way. We decided because the weather we had last time visiting wasn't great that we'd go back.
I looked at the weather map for all of Ireland, and where we're heading it seems to be the only place that's actually getting the most sunshine.
And that actually makes a change because Stephen usually has a habit of driving us right into wherever the rain is.
If it's there, I'll make sure we find it. I'll find the wettest part.
We were excited to be on the road again, and even more excited because we had friends with us. So what was the main reason that we started off here?
I picked this route because we were looking for the place in Ireland with the most sun this weekend, and this sort of peninsula, sort of towards Achill and down where we really like, is meant to be the only place in Ireland right now that's getting a bit of sunshine. So I thought we're definitely going to chase the sun this time, and we're really hoping that we get good weather. So far so good.
Thankfully on the trip the weather remained good all the time, and we even got sunburned.
So guys, how is your first time in Ireland?
Well, the sun's out for once.
Well, it's half out. I mean, the sky
it's
is
like
quite black
that's what
behind
we've
us.
had over there for the last week.
But weather aside, this is the best park up we've been to in. I want to say in
British Isles.
In the British, is Ireland?
Is Ireland the British Isles?
I thought you did that.
Is Ireland the British Isles? Or is it not?
I went to say it in an accent, I don't know. Well, we've never been in a park up like this. Even in Europe, I don't think we've really come across a beach park up like this.
Yeah, especially that it's free as well. And the roads weren't too bad. It's weird, it's like everything's familiar, but then it's not, then it feels like you're abroad.
Yeah, there's a good sort of mix with it, so that's what we like about the south. The further south we go, the roads are gonna get a bit worse, so they are. But in saying that, it is really worth it because this is a really nice park up.
Yeah.
But it does get better the further south we go.
Really?
It's from Northern Ireland. We went over this bridge and then suddenly all the signs changed and it was like European.
And then we went through the little town and it felt like Germany almost.
Yeah.
Like similar vibes.
It reminded me of like
the really
Bruges.
narrow one.
Yeah, a really narrow sort of.
And then there was like a little pub in the corner. It just felt like you was in the middle of nowhere in Europe, in Ireland.
But we've never been here before, so it's all literally first
Literally
impressions.
fresh off the boat.
Yeah.
So for tonight's tea we got some pork and apple burgers from Asda, and we're going to pop them in the air fryer, and then we're going to go and get our dinner with Dom and Emma.
I think this layout is actually good even for doing the videos. So we just went to make our burgers, and I didn't think to test the plug sockets that I put in before we left. So the plug socket where the kitchen is, where we want to use the air fryer, we just found it doesn't work. But the one up here does work. So there's going to be an issue with that plug, but thankfully we have our all-powers unit with us, so that's actually saved our dinner for tonight. Otherwise we might have had to ask Dom and Emma for to cook our dinner. So we might have. So no, thankfully we have the all-powers unit, so we can use our air fryer. So it feels a bit weird in a way, because we've been planning this trip for a while and we've been trying to keep it under wraps. with Always Away coming over to Ireland was brilliant, and reaching out to us, because they're quite a big channel in comparison to us, and for them to reach out and say like we'd love to do the trip with you would be was brilliant. And I have to say we're really enjoying their company. They're really nice people, and I think as well because we're getting the lovely weather, this is going to be a really good trip. So this is actually our second time meeting up with Vanlife YouTubers, and if you watched our previous videos you'll have seen me met up with Jess and Joe, who are also Vanlife YouTubers, and it's really amazing just the way the whole sort of community gets together, and we sort of work off each other and just sort of have all similar interests, you know, with doing van life. It's brilliant, sort of, how would you say, sort of getting in with the community or in with your own people, and as well we're all similar age as well, so we all have sort of similar likes and interests, so it's been really good, I suppose, having meeting up with more friends who do this sort of thing. It's interesting. We never thought that we would do this. We sort of just imagined we would just do the van life thing on our own, but this has become so much better. Like, meeting up with people has been really good. We're sort of excited for the future, what this is going to bring. We would love maybe to even do something like the van life festivals and such, because that's at a bigger scale of what we're doing now, and I think that would be really cool. So yeah, we're absolutely loving this. Absolutely loving it.
It was an amazing first evening, watching the sunset at Downpatrick Head. In my opinion, this was the perfect place to begin our trip along the Wild Atlantic Way, enjoying the scenery and animals along this rugged coastline, and taking in all of the best sights that Ireland had to offer. And as always, with Downpatrick Head, we had one of the most amazing Irish sunsets. Even the cows came out to celebrate us, as we raised a toast to Always Away's first time in Ireland. The next morning, we all woke up early, and we were treated to an amazing cup of coffee by Emma. This set us up to explore the location. So we said in the previous video we would come back here whenever the weather was better, and now we've had the opportunity to actually come back here and explore the blowhole.
We're going to show you the blowhole.
We're going to show you the blowhole if we can. Hopefully we can get a good view of the blowhole.
I'm going to chuck Tony down that blowhole.
I'm very excited for seeing the blowhole. I've never seen the blowhole before, so
that sounds
I'm really
so
looking
bad.
forward to it. You enjoying your Irish adventure, Stephen?
Yay! Oh, that's all we do is Irish adventures.
Yeah.
Oh no!
That could have been the case there. I'm just laughing at what just happened. Stephen, you got decked by Dom there.
Oh, aye.
Any old excuse.
I'll go let her fall.
Yeah. Because we only flew the drone over first time, seeing this in person was brilliant.
It's actually really impressive. Like, I've never seen anything like it. I would obviously be a wee bit more impressive if the sort of the wind was there, but then again, we might not enjoy it as much because then we'd be getting the same experience really. So, but no, it's really cool. Like, you can just imagine, like, whenever it is really windy and choppy, like it just going, you know. You should put an effect in with that.
It's cool. It's cool that they've built this like viewing platform and they haven't put a really ugly fence around it. It's quite easy to still see over those pipes. Pipes? They're not really pipes, you know, whatever, metal things. Yeah, it's impressive. It's a shame that it's not more choppy, so you can't actually see, you know, a big wave coming out the hole, but it's still very impressive to look down. It's a big hole.
So we're heading towards the St. Patrick statue. I don't think this one's going to be as impressive as the one in Downpatrick that we seen.
Oh, is this it here?
Yeah, it does look quite small. So we had seen one in a previous video. That was like this big.
That was when we done our sort of St. Patrick pilgrimage sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was almost like. This one's not quite as big. He's missing a hand.
Yeah, they run out of budget for that. Why would you snap that off then?
It maybe wasn't that impressive, but it was a nice little nod to the patron saint of Ireland.
So we're going to head to Achill Island, and show Always Away Achill Island.
We got on the road and began a long journey to Achill Island.
So, although the roads here in Ireland on the Wild Atlantic Way are pretty bad in places, it is worth it, like, because the scenery is just spectacular. Like right now I'm looking at a mountain with the clouds going right over it and sort of giving off like volcano vibes. And then, you know, if you look over there, you can see like more mountains and the sea, and it's just amazing. So I absolutely love driving this.
The drive was definitely a highlight. The Wild Atlantic Way is the longest coastal route in the world, and although there is a lot of driving, you're always sure to stop whenever you see something interesting. So we've made it to Achill Island, and I definitely think it was worth the trip to come back here to see this place in the sun, because the views that we're having right now are absolutely beautiful. Seeing all of these vast craggy rocks and seeing the sheep free roaming, it just makes me feel proud to be Irish and being able to see around this amazing beautiful country. It's definitely one of the best tourist stops on the island of Ireland. Finally getting to see this place in the sun was absolutely incredible, and we couldn't believe how green the hills were and how blue and clear the water was. And after we stopped for lunch, it was time to get back on the road. So we have had such an amazing time in Achill, and it was so lovely to be able to see it while the sun was out. Our next stop along the destination is still in County Mayo and still on the island of Achill, and it is Keem Bay. This was a big TikTok and Instagram place for different influencers to go and take their photos. It was named one of the top 50 beaches in the world, and it came in at number 48.
Some of the best beaches we've seen have been over here. Like, we've seen some absolute stunning beaches over here. I would say my favourite all time so far was in Palio Castrixa in Corfu. It was hands down the best one I've ever seen so far. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this one in the daylight, because last time we were here it was cloudy and misty and rainy, so we couldn't see much. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is going to be like today.
So I'm going to say this is an amazing drive to Keem Beach, but it's definitely not for the faint of heart, because you are literally driving along the edge of the cliff. So if you've been watching our videos, you know that me and Stephen are beach connoisseurs, so we're very excited for this one, and I think Rosie's going to be very excited as well. So we have finally made it to Keem Bay. I think it's going to be a little bit of a walk down to the beach, but I feel like it's going to be worth it. So we're all here, touring around with Rosie's here, Always Away are here, and we're going to go and check out this one of the top most Instagram beaches in Ireland. So this is one of many blue flag beaches in Ireland, and it looks very impressive from the car park at the top, so I can't wait to see what it looks like whenever we get down.
Top through here, look.
You can sort of see why it's like Instagrammable, can't you?
Oh yeah, it's so white. The sand is, it's literally the whitest sand I think I've seen. And the water's so clear.
Keem Bay was easily one of the most beautiful beaches I have ever seen in my entire life.
So this, he's gonna jump.
Now I've got soaking wet feet.
See him.
Whose idea was it to come
I
here?
said to him, take your shoes off, because I brought a towel down. It's like you just step right in the middle of it.
Yeah, so I went for a jump and I thought I'll just leap.
Even Rosie was having an incredible time, even though she still isn't too sure about the water. I definitely think it was worth the drive. What do you think?
Yeah, it was really worth it. It was worth the ice cream experience, the getting wet experience, and now the walk up's going to be some experience. But no, the scenery is amazing, like, so it was worth it. So I thought I would take Rosie into the water, and the water was, you know, wasn't really coming in much. And then Rosie's having a wee paddle, and then the water just came straight into my shoes. So yeah, should have put my Crocs on. So now when we get back to the van, I'm gonna have to put my Crocs on and drive with them on.
I was saying I'm like vlogging behind the scenes of Always Away right now, and I don't think they know that we're watching them.
That's really creepy.
They're looking this way and they're pointing, but I'm not sure if they know.
I might know now.
It was great to get to this beach and really soak up the Irish sun. You're not always guaranteed the weather in Ireland, so it's good to make the most of it. So, Stephen, seeing that it's such a special occasion, I've decided that I've given a present to you. And it's something that I think you're going to love.
Thanks for that. Yeah. Just to make it even more of a experience.
Perks of being the cameraman.
So next on the tour to Stephen, we're going to Dulac. No, we're not.
We're going to Dally or the Lost Valley.
The Lost Valley. We're going to go back to the Lost Valley, and hopefully we have it to ourselves. And then, if we do, then we can also let Rosie off the lead and let her have her little bit of running around. Hey, Rosie.
Oh, that'll be free. I like Rosie.
It's not her I'm worried about, it's the other dog. No, it is her I'm worried about. She just wants to play with everybody and thinks everyone wants to play with her, but not always. Hey, Rosie. Right. Plus, I'd really like to get rid of this.
And as our shared experience at the beach finished, we knew we had made friends for life. We were setting out on our next adventure, with our friends always away, and this time we were going to the Lost Valley.
So it's absolutely amazing coming back here because we can actually see it in sunlight. It's just a completely different experience. Doing this road trip is an amazing experience, but doing it whenever you get the good weather is just a complete game changer, so it is. But you do still really need to concentrate on the road. That bit hasn't changed at all, so it hasn't.
This remote and desolate spot was one of the best places for a true Irish adventurer, and it held so much history. But history isn't always good, and despite the beautiful look of the location, looks can be deceiving. So it's our third day now back on the Wild Atlantic Way with Always Away. It's been really nice to come back to this area. We've actually been here twice previously and it was one of our favourite spots. So this morning I got up, I thought I'd take a little bit of a walk, clear the head and explore the beach for a little bit. It's been so peaceful, we can't really hear anything other than the sheep baaing and the birds chirping and the sounds of the wave crashing against the shore. It's definitely one of my favourite spots. The Lost Valley holds a lot of history for Ireland. It was a deserted famine village. The Lost Valley is considered a national heritage and special conservation area. There is a real eerie quietness to this place and it just makes me think about the people that came here and the hardships that they were facing at the time. We'd recommend a visit to the Lost Valley to everyone. It was voted number 1 of 289 national landmarks in Ireland by TripAdvisor and was also awarded the TripAdvisor Choice Award. Well, how are you today?
Yeah, good.
How'd you sleep?
A lot better today, so I did, yeah. Slept quite well actually last night. So you did. Should have been Rosie. Rosie spent half the night up on that seat. She thinks that her new bed, so she does.
She's been so chill this whole trip. She's just been loving life.
I'm sure she loves getting out in the van, so she does. So speaking of chill, it is a wee bit chillier today. So it is.
It is very chilly today, but whenever I went out on my walk this morning, it started to heat up a little bit. There was a light bit of rain, but it wasn't anything to deter me from really enjoying getting out and seeing the area.
Was it rain or was it just a spray?
Just the spray, really, of the sea, I think.
Yeah, because I felt a wee bit of it earlier as well, and I took Rosie out. I thought it wasn't too bad.
So what are we thinking today?
Probably head towards Duloc and then just pick a spot that we like and leave it at that for the day.
Yeah. So today's going to be the final day of our weekend trip. We've had a long weekend. Today's going to be the final day of it, and we thought that Duloc was somewhere that we really wanted to go back to and camp up in because we just drove through it last time. So actually getting to stay in it, I think it's going to be very nice. We've got a really nice night planned tonight. Emma's going to make us a roast dinner too, so we're really looking forward to that.
I think she was never fed, like.
It's very, very interested in your breakfast. So how did you guys sleep?
Yeah, fine. I think we slept too much of it, didn't we?
Yeah, we had laying after all that driving yesterday.
What time did you wake up?
You were up before me.
About 9.
9 o'clock. And
I
then
was only jumped up before you.
after that, then I decided to take a walk on the beach and learn a bit about the history of here and film that.
Oh, nice.
So, something that can throw in.
Yeah, we've had a very slow morning. I think we woke up about 9, but then had a coffee, had a shower. It's nice to be able to have a shower in a van.
Turns up.
But I think we've used up most of the water. You've got to be really careful and like turn the water off like all the time when you're having the shower. Just literally have it on for 2 seconds. But yeah, the weather's
Yeah, it's not the best.
It's a bit cloudy now.
well, it looks quite what's the word? I don't know. It looks quite nice with the fog sort of in the mountain.
Yeah, adds a bit of atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
I love your quintessential English breakfast of beans and toast.
Yeah.
We had a load of beans that needed using up.
Yeah.
We're to send to Stephen this morning. Emma's going to make us a roast today, which I'm very, very, very excited for. And I think people on the channel will actually be excited to see that we're eating something half decent for once as well.
We've got a chicken taking up the whole fridge. But yeah, hence the piece of toast for breakfast, because we're going to have quite a big lunch, I suppose. Lunch, dinner.
Plenty of veg.
Plenty of fish.
Yeah. Potatoes.
Well needed on our channel. I love that you've got the potatoes in here because, I mean, it's Ireland and potatoes is the centre plate of Ireland is a potato, so, you know, we have that.
Especially being close to the famine village.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll say that. Poor Rosie's desperate for some beans on toast.
Yeah.
I told you.
So eventually a very greedy Rosie calmed down, and we liked the spot that much that we decided to spend another day here. We were happy to say that Emma provided us with an amazing roast dinner, and it went down an absolute treat because every plate ended up empty in the end and there wasn't much food left at all. They were so kind and provided us with amazing hospitality, and we have to say that Emma has a hidden talent whenever it comes to cooking because her food was amazing.
Come on. No, you can't have those dinner. Come on.
And she was also kind enough to leave Rosie a little bit of chicken. We've had such an amazing day on this park up. We really couldn't have hoped for better. Emma's made us this amazing dinner, and we're now going to chill for the rest of the night and enjoy the sunset on the beach. So we'd now spent a lot of time with Always Away, and it was time to get a look inside their home on wheels.
Hello there, Tony, and touring around vans with Rosie. This is our Bailey Advance 744. Come inside and have a look.
Over the professional.
So here is our living room area.
Yeah, we've got space for 6 people to sit in here, which is good.
2
But
captain chairs.
You're our first guests, actually, so yeah.
So we've got plenty of overhead storage. We've got there's a water heater in here, so that's sort of filled up. But then this one is all storage that we put like bedding, blankets, things like that.
You've got lots.
Now coming into our kitchen area, we've got gas oven, 3-ring gas hob, sink with hot water and domestic fridge. And when we're plugged in, we've also got our microwave. So plenty of food storage. Got little bits of storage here. I wouldn't go in there. But yeah, there's plenty of storage here. And then drawers for cutlery and underneath. Now this is our bathroom. So we've got toilet with electric flush, shower, got some little cosmetics cupboard here, and then hot water shower with drainage which goes to our waste tank underneath the van. And in the back we've got an island bed layout. So we've got two covered space underneath, and we've also got these little shelves here which sort of act as like a bedside tables sort of on the side. Plenty of storage above. We've got storage under the bed which also is where the hatch leads to outside. Bit of storage here, and then this actually extends out, and this will come all the way out and be our double sized bed.
It's very comfortable in here, very comfortable. We've lived in it for a year now and it fits just about all of our stuff. Got lots of random stuff, keep some cooking stuff in here, papers, random bits and bobs, and then all of our like camera stuff and electronics and books go in here.
There we have it. Bit different to the self-build, Tony.
Yeah, a lot different.
Do you like the fold-out beds or?
Well, the main thing for us was that we wanted a fixed bed. It was definitely something that we loved in the caravan, and we wanted to retain that with the new build instead of having to faff about and open the bed every night.
Yeah. Do you like this one though, where it's more lower down, or do you like where you get a bit more garage, but then you can have like raised where it's like two singles, which then meets in the middle to make like a king bed?
So me and Stephen are pretty much split on this. I prefer the lower bed because I'm short, but he likes the garage space because he can keep all his tools and all his manly bits in there.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about this van, is that there's not, given the layout because of the bed the way it is, there's not much storage in terms of garage space, but I think it's been worth the compromise just to have this layout, because then it's just like you've got a separate living area, because in other vans we've been in before where it's like the bed is facing this way and it's two singles and it's raised, it doesn't really feel separate, it still feels part of the van. But this bit, the way the bed's turning this way, and when you run a curtain it's like it's a whole separate room, so I think it makes it feel more spacious than the raised bed layout.
Yeah, I think when there's two of you, you need to have two sections. So like you've got now, you've got the bed and you've got the seating. So for example, I'll go to bed and like watch my phone in there, or iPad or whatever, and then Dom sits in here, or vice versa. When we just want some time apart, there's two different spaces and we've got a curtain in between, so it's sort of like two rooms.
And when I'm desperate, I hide in the toilet and lock the door.
On the last day of our trip, we wanted to visit somewhere special, so we decided to take Dom and Emma to visit the fjords again. We picked this place because we thought it was some of the most amazing scenery that we had seen last time that we were here, and it was also a great reflection spot to stop and take in the fjords.
I reckon like if we got like really calm weather, this would be great even for kayak as well.
This particular beauty spot is Dulac Valley, and although you can see the fjords from there, it's very, very windy because it is a valley and the wind was blowing right through. So with that in mind, we decided to get on the road again and go and see the fjords closer up. So leaving Dulac Valley and heading towards the fjords, we managed to find the perfect park up spot and got to see them for ourselves up close and personal. This is Collab Fjord, and it's 16 kilometres long, and it's one of the oldest fjords in Ireland. It's a glacial fjord and it's over 1,000 years old. These fjords behind me are a really popular location for walking, hiking and kayaking.
So again, this is one of the most spectacular spots that we have come across yet, and I think if we could get a really amazing day, we would just stay here for like 3-4 days on its own. Maybe park down somewhere down there, maybe in the town, and then get the kayak out and stuff and play about in the fjord. It would be just amazing, so it would. It's just an absolute spectacular place.
So last time we were here, we were very near a place called Ashley Falls. It has some amazing, stunning waterfalls, and we wanted to be able to check them out. So we're going to get on the road and get to that location now.
Just been reading the sign at Ashley Falls, and apparently salmon spend 3 years here before they then leave and head up to Norway and Greenland, which is quite a long way, and then they come back here to have their children.
So I'm glad we're finally here at Ashley Falls, because it's one of the places that we wanted to go to the last time we done this trip, and we just never got the time to stop because we were on such a tight of a schedule. So now that we're with Always Away and we're taking our pace a wee bit better and exploring more, it's been nice to actually be able to stop and do some more of the touristy things.
We've come to this quite natural, quite wild forest, and if you see, we can see some wild floggers in their natural habitat.
I was saying it's been nice to actually get to experience the Ashley Falls, because we've passed these twice.
Yeah, we've
never actually got to do it. So now that we actually are able to do the touristy stuff, it's turned out quite nice, hasn't it?
I didn't know it was a touristy thing, I just thought it was a nice sort of place to stop and see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a nice, what I've seen from the road, it looks pretty nice, so I think we're going to enjoy it. This has definitely been one of the best parts of Ireland that we get to enjoy. It's so nice seeing the waterfall and the green, lush valleys behind me here. It's just absolutely incredible. Say cheese, guys! Cheese! Oh, cheese. Did you get that, Stephen?
That's right.
So we've come to the end of what has been an absolutely amazing time away with Always Away. We can genuinely say that we've made what we think will be friends for life through starting this little Vanlife community channel, and we've had such a blast with them. They've made our time here excellent, exploring all these places in the Wild Atlantic Way, eating together, having fun together and travelling together. We want to say a massive thank you to them for making this trip so worthwhile. Our trip with Dom and Emma had turned out better than what we had even hoped, and in fact we're even planning the next one together.
I'm taking the same horse as before.
Say cheese, guys! Cheese! Did you get that, Stephen?
That's right.
There we go.
As everybody knows, again, if you've been watching the videos, so I had major surgery early last year and had my gallbladder removed by open surgery, and complications from that, and recovery hasn't really been great from that either. Fatigue was getting a bit on the chronic side of things, like I was tired all the time, still sort of am tired all the time, not really able to do very much. So it is a lifelong condition, and this is now my new normal, and dealing with this condition is just what I'm going to have to do going forward. So I'm just hoping that I can deal with it.
Hi, my name's Tony and this is my partner Stephen, and if you're watching this channel you'll probably know us as Touring Around with Rosie. We met at 19 years old.
I can see you in the meadow, holding out your hand.
As we grew older together, we went through many major life events. Things were going great for us. We got engaged, got a house, and even finally started a family by adopting a puppy that we called Rosie. Soon, we set off on some fan life adventures and started documenting them on YouTube. Things were going well, until they weren't. Around 2022, Stephen started to become very sick, and the results could have been fatal. Eventually, Stephen was hospitalised for an extended period of time and underwent open surgery. This came with its own set of problems. 1 year on, and there's still some major complications behind the scenes that we haven't shared the full extent of until now. So we have just stopped off at B&M. We're currently waiting for Dom and Emma to arrive, and then we're all taking a trip together to go to a place called Carlingford. Carlingford we have been to in a couple of videos now. We went there with Jess and Joe, though we didn't showcase much of it, and we went there around last August time, and we found this really lovely park up, and we keep thinking that it's one of the places by the sea that we really like, and we keep wanting to go back to it. So that's where we're headed this week.
So we got some unexpected amazing weather. It was like 30 degrees when I was coming home from work. So we are going to spend the weekend at the beach. We're gonna maybe see if Rosie go on our wee swim. Are we swim, Rosie? Too busy watching the world go round, so she is. Being nosy Rosie.
Yeah, we seem to be getting the most phenomenal weather in Ireland at the minute. We couldn't believe whenever we went away last week, and we got so much sunburn, my nose still kind of looks like a strawberry. And there's a big ripe tomato sitting here next to me as well.
I'm not that burnt, so I'm not.
No,
Just
you're not
have a
too
really,
bad.
really itchy nose because of hay fever. It's the downside of this weather.
So yeah, in typical Irish fashion, we're enjoying the weather, but we're going to complain about it the entire time because we're not used to having it.
Rosie, where are they? Where's your friends? Where's your friends? Where are they? She's like, oh my god, where's my friends? Where's my friends down in it? I'm looking for them.
Where's Emma?
Where is it, Rosie? Where's there? Oh, Jesus. Oh my god, her tail.
We just need to go and get some spring wash from VNM and we won't be long.
No worries.
We've been in already.
Yeah.
She knew right away that yous were coming.
Huh?
She knew that yous were coming, like she recognised the actual
See her in the
motorhome.
window over there.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Right, we'll point it out.
This is one of the Vanlife essentials right now, that one of the many problems that you can encounter whenever you're doing Vanlife.
What have you guys been up to?
Not a whole lot, to be honest. We have pretty much taken it easy. I've been working today, and then Stephen was working, and got on the road and got home.
It's been hot.
It's been very hot.
Unbearable.
It's been too hot. So after a brief intermission to go and get the screen wash, it was time to get back on the road and start another adventure. Who's ready for a road trip? Woo! Getting on the road again! Woo! What's that you've got there?
Something to take the edge off. Starving, so I am. I had to raid the snack cupboard. Very wagon wheel.
Look at you!
All the
Look at
sides of a wagon
that!
wheel now.
Look at that! Shame! Shame! Shame!
But no shame, I'm so hungry.
I'm so red. Like a tomato. Awful looking. So we've just got to the park up and we have never seen it so busy before. It's literally crammed full of motorhomes. So I think we're actually going to move on from this park up. This is usually a good park up, but at the minute it's just too crowded. There's kids running about, there's dogs off leads, and it's just not ideal for our situation. We're literally parked up alongside a grass bank, and we're actually pretty shocked to see this place so busy because we've never seen it this packed before. So what are your guys' opinion?
Let's get good. Here's what I think.
Yeah.
Maybe see if there's any room at the campsite next door. €34.
So this park up's a no-go. So it is. It's just too many people. It's getting a wee bit chaotic as well. So Dom actually found a park up about 12 minutes away, so we're going to try it. But this is the problem when you get the weather this good, is it gets harder and harder to find places, so it does.
And that was short-lived. On to the next stop. So we have arrived at this park up, and I'm going to be honest now, the reality of the Irish summer is hitting, because we left this trip full of beans and now I think we're a little bit deflated because essentially what we're in right now is a car park. Not very scenic, not great for the dog to get out and walk about, but there are spaces further this way which would be perfect compared to where we are now because it's very congested. What we're going to have to do is take a break here and make dinner, because if we go any more without eating tonight we're going to be absolutely starving and we're not going to be able to function. So I'm going to start the dinner, get it made, and hopefully by the time dinner's made and finished the cars down here will have disappeared and we can take those spaces. So we have a couple of options for dinner tonight. I am going to do some of these roast potatoes that are pre-prepped and bought from Asda. I'm also going to put on some sliced carrots and some shredded chicken. And I think that will make a nice little meal that will set us up for hopefully moving spaces later on. So we're using the air fryer again, and I'm going to dump these roasties in. There's actually quite a lot of these, so we might not need the extra carrots. We'll put them in for now, turn it on, and they're going to go on for half an hour at 200 degrees. So dinner is almost ready. I've got some roasties here, I've got my shredded chicken in here. We're going to put the veg on next, and Emma has been kind enough to lend us some of her gravy granules because I forgot the gravy and it wouldn't be a good dinner without gravy. So I just finished dinner for the night, and as with the rest of the trip, it was an unmitigated disaster. The air fryer didn't cook the roasties the way that we wanted them to cook, so they were very, very raw in the middle and very hard. So far I don't think anything's going to plan tonight.
Well, if in doubt, Uber. Uber Eats, McDonald's, Big Mac. Get a bigger crack.
Oh, desperate times cause for desperate measures. It's Irish summer, the schools are off, everywhere's full, and we have found ourselves next to what we think is, yeah, well, partially a bus station, but we've got this lovely view of what we think is a filtration plant right across the water there. So yeah, there is a faint smell of in the air right now. If we look across the water, we have a bit of a tower here, but also next to that, we also have a used toilet seat. So this is a good recommendation, guys.
You've got to stand by your spot. So now I'm just going to sleep here just out of spite. Just the commitment. Anyway, go and watch another channel. There's not much going on here.
So it's the next morning now, and we just woke up. We managed to get moved into a quieter part of the car park, and to be honest, we didn't have the best sleep last night. I think whenever we moved over to the quieter part of the car park, it was on like a really unsteady grass bank, so we're kind of going downhill a bit. I've got terrible congestion, Stephen has sore legs, so I think we're ready to move on from this car park and just call it a write-off for today. So I'm just preparing some pancakes for breakfast, and I've done these in a previous video, and people were wondering why I put the 3 lines in the pancakes. A lot of people thought that it was for the Father, the Son and the Holy Spirit, but it's not that. As lovely as that sounds, it's actually just because I'm putting them into the air fryer to let the butter sink into them, so they're buttery on the inside. So that's why you're going to see me doing the 3 dashes across. So while I'm waiting on the pancakes to finish baking, Stephen is currently sitting enjoying the view of his coffee.
It's actually turned out to be a nice wee spot, a nice wee quiet spot, and I'm just enjoying a nice Starbucks Frappuccino in the morning. It's quite nice, quite tasty.
They look good, don't they?
They do.
They turned out really well.
Let's see if they taste good.
Full of buttery goodness.
I melt it right through, you can actually see it. You can't butter right through it.
So at least breakfast was a success after the dinner yesterday.
So we're on our route to our next park up. Trying to get there a wee bit earlier today so we can get a space. Although in saying that, Emma's picked quite a nice spot off the coast. So hopefully it'll be a wee bit less busy because it is a wee bit off the coast, but with the weather being good, you never know.
So although the drive to where we're going is beautiful, it's very, very hilly, and in a larger vehicle you have to be really wary whenever you're travelling up the hill because you need a little bit of speed, but you also need to be very careful at the same time. And you can see as we head towards it, just up ahead here is Dam itself, which is a massive water dam based here in Ireland. It's also the name of a very nice, refreshing yogurt. So we've made it to our next park up at Spelgadam, and I think this is a much better park up. We've got this quiet area, surrounded by nature, surrounded by all these mountains, valleys and mist, and there's a little trail we can go on too if Rosie needs a walk. So I think this is all around a perfect situation. It's pretty quiet here as well, so we're going to be able to set our chairs up and put our table out. I like these off the beaten track park ups because it really makes up for the park up that we were at yesterday, because we can actually get out and enjoy more scenic spots.
So Tony picked me this up, this bar chocolate in the shop, so he did. It's a dairy milk and more. Nutty Paraline and crisp. As you can see, I've already had a go at this bar chocolate. But it's, I think the Marvelous Creations one's a wee bit nicer, you know. It's sort of that crispiness of like the Dubai chocolate, but without the Dubai taste. Wee Rosie's looking in, look. She's like, I know that's edible.
Definitely not. What's the inside like?
Wafer?
What would you rate it compared to other dairy milk bars?
5 out of 10.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's alright.
Okay, now I'm going to go in for a try. It's quite a big bit. It does actually really resemble the Dubai chocolate on the inside. But it's meant to be, is it meant to be s'more, or is it just dairy milk and more?
No, there is a s'more one.
I just picked up a bar.
It's creamy. It reminds me of like a, it kind of reminds me of a type of ice cream though, but I can't really place. It's giving me like the little Kinder Bueno vibes too, with the wafer in it.
Oh, wafer, yeah.
And the hazelnut, or the nut praline. Yeah, it's nice. I do like dairy milk chocolate more than any other chocolate though. The chocolate itself. But I'll give it a 7. I'm gonna go higher than you.
Controversial.
So we're just setting out on a walk to explore the area while
Rosie.
Emma's editing a little bit of this week's video in the van. We're walking down this little gravel path towards
The
reservoir itself. I was going to say the loch itself. I suppose it's not a loch. It kind of looks like a loch though.
I think this would have been the old road into the village, because Spelgadam is actually a flooded village.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so they've like dammed off like the valley, and what you're walking on now would have been the road into the old village.
It is very like sort of what you imagine horse and cart road to be like years ago. Whenever you watch those old Irish movies and they're going down these wee lanes.
I don't even think it's as old as that. I think this village was abandoned and flooded even after that, if that makes sense, like after that time.
Oh, cool.
I'm not like, don't quote me on that, like, but I think so. Because this road, like, I think this is like old tarmac.
The scenery around here is actually incredible. You can see all these trees in the distance and the mist rolling over the mountains. It really adds to the atmosphere of this place, doesn't it?
I'm sort of hoping the mist goes away a wee bit more.
Well, this side looks a lot clearer.
You can see where the old road went through, so you can see it there.
So something that's quite new and exciting is that this is a proper wild camping experience for us, because there isn't any signal out here. But it's kind of nice being just out in nature doing these walks, because it forces you to get up out of your van, get away from your modern conveniences and phones, and go and explore the area.
Yeah, we'll have to get Starlink.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see this. You probably may not see it in this camera, but there's actually people walking down off the moorings. You see that? See them? Just there?
Oh yes, yeah. Right in the distance.
So there is, like the Moor Mountain Walk is one of the most famous in Ireland, particularly in the north. Everybody likes doing it. I think it is accessible for pretty much anybody, but obviously like people like me here, you know, with health conditions and stuff, would struggle a bit because I'm not really able, but it is, you can still sort of do it. So you just take a lot longer to do it, but it is like sort of accessible for everybody. So just on the topic of accessibility and doing the mountain walks, the Moor Mountain hike was something I set myself as a goal to do. You would have seen in previous videos, I started somewhat of a health journey. I started going to the gym and trying to get myself in shape, but it didn't really last very long, unfortunately. So I had major surgery early last year and had my gallbladder removed by open surgery, and complications from that and recovery hasn't really been great from that either. So kept going to the doctor and stuff. Sort of fatigue was getting a bit on the chronic side of things, like I was tired all the time, still sort of am tired all the time, not really able to do very much. And so far I've actually been diagnosed with hemochromatosis. I still have to see a specialist and see how that's going to affect me, but right now the likes of the health journey is on pause. I'm just hoping it won't be on pause indefinitely, because that is a possibility that may happen, that I'm not able to do what I wanted to do. Like if my condition continues the way it is right now, then I won't be able to do. Depending on how my body reacts with it's called the venous section, where they take a litre of blood out of you, will determine actually even what happens with our travel plans, because even that's going to be affected slightly, or majorly. So that's sort of the update on the health front of things. At least I have a diagnosis. At least I know now what's causing all my issues. Hemochromatosis is essentially your body can't process iron correctly. So your body would store and release iron as it does everything, as and when it needs it. But my body doesn't do that process properly, so it starts depositing iron and like in around your organs and places where it shouldn't be, and then it just can't get rid of it properly. So the issues that come with that are like chronic fatigue, joint and muscle pain. Like the gallbladder issue I had was most likely caused by the hemochromatosis. Now I can't be certain, but it's highly likely. Sort of, what are the other issues? Like brain fog. Like you can get a bit like confused. I don't even know. Like my stutter over the past few years has gotten worse. That may even be related to it. So it does have a lot of limiting factors. There's no cure for hemochromatosis. It is a lifelong condition, so I'll have it for the rest of my life. There's no cure for it, so this is my new normal. And I hate needles. I'm terrified of them. Like every time I have to even get a COVID jab or a flu shot or anything, I hate it. Like getting blood taken for these tests has been horrific, because I just like, I haven't passed out yet, but the last one I was close to it. So God only knows what I'm going to be like once I have to get like essentially a weekly thing of blood taken, a litre of blood taken. I'll be the most, even the thoughts of it doesn't even bear thinking about. If I stay the way I am now, then things are going to have to change a wee bit. So yeah, so we just have to see how it goes in the future.
Although hemochromatosis is mild to some, because of Stephen's previous medical history, he could face more significant challenges and could be more at risk of developing major issues. Stephen's been facing medical complications behind the scenes of our videos for a long time, and wanted to let viewers know what was going on in his personal life.
So, on that note, this video is a wee bit more relaxed. And the reason being is we need to recover from the horrific trip we done last week. Not horrific, sorry, just it was a lot. It was a lot. So this weekend we're taking it easy, we're enjoying it. We're just a couple nice park ups. Well, if you've seen, maybe I'm not too sure whereabouts in this video this is going to be. But one of the park ups, our first sort of day went from bad to worse, and then we did make the most of it. But now we're in Spelga Dam and it's beautiful. So it is. So we're gonna chill out, spend time with amazing company. We're still with Dom and Emma. We're really enjoying the time. We do have a few more coming up. I think our next trip's going to be a bit on the chill side as well, although there will be a wee bit more action with that, sort of a different style of video that we've done before. So we're looking forward to doing that. And then we might get one more trip out with Dom and Emma before they go their separate ways. So yeah, let's just go and chill out for the rest of the night.
Hi, my name's Tony and this is my partner Stephen, and this week we're headed to Donegal with Always Away to continue our trip through Ireland's wild Atlantic way. So what can you expect from this week's video? Well, there's park-ups, there's castles, there's ancient shipwrecks. Donegal is one of the most amazing places which has it all and amazing scenery to boot, and we can't wait to show you around. Before we set off on the trip, I've just been preparing the van. We've put Rosie's dog bed in, put some things in the cupboard, put our Pepsis into the fridge and hung some of our coats up. This is to pretty much prepare the van because Stephen's working late today, so we can just get in the van and head out this evening as soon as he comes home, so it's all nice and ready.
On the road again! Don't know what that song is, but on the road again is part of it. So we are on the road again for our last weekend with Always Away. A wee bit sad, so it is, because we've gotten on with them so well. We really have enjoyed spending this time with them and exploring with them. We're just completely on the same wavelength as people, like, so we just get on so well. So it's going to be really sad when they go back to England.
Yeah, we're generally going to miss them. We've had such a great time with them. We've had so many laughs, so many great trips out, made so many memories. And I think it's going to be bittersweet because we're going to make a really good end of their trip, but also sad to see them go. I think this weekend's mostly going to be a relaxing weekend for me, to be honest, and I'm going to be filming, but I don't see it being like heavy on the driving or stressful getting to and from the spots.
No, I think all the spots are sort of close together. So what we've done differently this time is, because it's Always Away's Dom and Emma's last weekend here, we've said to them, pick the sites that you really want to see. They've picked a few things that we didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
So that shipwreck that we're going to see, I didn't know that was a thing. I think because we're going with somebody else picking the spots, it means that we're actually enjoying the
experience a bit more. So basically what we're saying, Dom and Emma, if you're watching this, better be good. So we have just arrived. It's a little bit windy, but perfect for going out and enjoying a walk and exploring the site. And I have to say, very good. Car park up, quite level, didn't need any leveling blocks on the fan. Very windy, but up in the middle of a mountain with these amazing mountain views.
So before we go for a wee dander to see the arch, I think it is, we're going to have our dinner. So Dom and Emma, they're already making their dinner, so we're going to get ready and have our dinner. So yeah, I'm just going to get something ready. Just bear with me. Oh, this, we'll talk about this in an upcoming video, so we will, of what this is. So yeah, let's just pretend you can't see this right now, because this doesn't exist really.
So tonight's dinner is going to be quite quick and simple. I got these chicken fillet breasts from Iceland, which we're going to do as chicken fillet burgers with some lettuce and creamy ranch garlic mayo. So into the air fryer they go. And now all the prep is done, we just have to wait. So we've set off on our walk. I'm here, Emma's here, Stephen's here. And Rosie's here. And we're going to go and check out what we think is an arch, was it?
Yeah, apparently.
So,
It's an arch trail.
an arch trail. This one was recommended by Emma. I think it was something that you were quite eager to do as well.
Well, I don't know. I found this pop up, and this arch was on the listing with it in the photos. It looked nice, so I guess we'll find out.
It's definitely been 100% worth the walk down here. I can feel this sea spray hitting me in the face. The scenery's amazing. There's these rocks everywhere. This massive arch in a rock. It's just so rugged and wild and incredible. And this is why I love Donegal.
Is this very slippery, so be careful?
So while trying to film the amazing scenery over here, didn't realise there was a sea-sized puddle, and I've just fallen into it. No.
It looks like he shot himself.
It does. It really does. So yeah, it's worth it. Worth it for the scenery. Don't mind getting a bit wet if it means I can get a good shot in the film. The shirt is
Probably can't see it in camera.
soaked right through. These are absolutely soaked right through to the underwear, and I haven't brought any extra trousers, so I'm going to change into pyjamas. So we've just got up and got breakfast. My trousers are still soaking, so the only alternative I had was to wear these pair of shorts. I'm gonna make breakfast. I'm actually making a thing called bacon grill. This is something that you're gonna either love or hate, but I really like it and Stephen really likes it, so we're gonna make bacon grill sandwiches for breakfast, and then we're gonna get on the road and hopefully head to Glenveigh, though we don't know if we have to pay into Glenveigh. So because we're trying to do everything on the cheap and for free, if we can't get to Glenveigh, then we'll go to Doe Castle so we can at least see a castle and make the most out of our time here on the trip. As I say, you're either going to love it or hate it, but I think it's really going to set us up for the day. So how are you feeling this morning?
I feel a wee bit run down because I think I've done too much yesterday. So, don't know what we've recorded from yesterday, but went and seen the arch. Then I sort of went and climbed a wee bit further, but I really struggled on the way back. So I've managed to get this far, and I can really go no further, but it's quite dangerous. So now I'm going to attempt to get back to Tony and Emma, hopefully without falling. I got up here thinking, yeah, this is quite easy, and now I'm looking at the way down going, yeah, maybe not the best idea because it's very slippery. And then today I've got like sore throat and stuff and just feel a wee bit run down. So I'm actually sort of glad that today's looking like a bit of a more relaxed day because I woke up, I actually slept really well, which was good. I slept in, which is unlike me. Usually I'm up early and that's it, but no, I slept right through to 8:30, which is just unheard of for me, really. Like.
One of the best things whenever you're driving on the roads of Donegal is you never know what you're going to see. There's lakes to your left, there's forest all around, and there's mountains up ahead. It really is one of the most beautiful drives that you can take. Sailing around all these rural locations, you can actually see how much agriculture and farming has a huge impact, because there's farmhouses and barns absolutely everywhere. And it's interesting to see some of the cottages as well. Some of them have probably been there since the 1800s or early 1900s. It's absolutely incredible, the history of this place. I mean, I got soaked here yesterday, and even driving along, the weather isn't great, but just looking out at the scenery, it makes me happy, and it makes me more enthusiastic for what's going to go on in the day. So I feel like it's going to be a good day, despite the fact that I'm in a t-shirt and shorts, and it is chucking it down outside. As we've been driving, the rain has really started to pick up. There are two sayings about Donegal that people usually say. The first is, if it's going to rain in Donegal, and the second is that it's that old wet rain, which basically means it's rain that comes out of a spray water bottle. So it's as if somebody's spraying you with a spray water bottle and you're getting soaked head to toe through the clothes. So I also think that's probably why it's so green and scenic, which really adds to the amazing scenery that we can see on these drives. It's really nice coming back here because I feel like my body relaxes whenever I'm in Donegal, and even though I'm a passenger princess, I'm actually recognising where we are on the roads too, which is fun for me. So I think after some deliberation this morning with Emma, we have our plan of action. I think what we're going to do is we're going to swing by Doe Castle because it's on the way to Glenveigh Park. And of course, make sure you have good tyres whenever you're on these wild Atlantic Way roads because they are very windy and twisty and narrow, and you never know what you're going to come across while you're on them. And with all that being said, I'm really looking forward to visiting our next stop, which is Doe Castle. So we're here at Doe Castle, which is a castle that was built in the early 1400s. So I would say that Doe Castle is actually a pretty popular tourist spot, judging by these little picnic benches behind me and a coffee shop. So a great place to come for a day out while you're sightseeing in Donegal. I will say you definitely know whenever you're in Ireland because you're never too far from some farm life and sheep. This castle behind me is actually considered a fortress because it was a stronghold for an Irish clan called the McSweeney's. A McSweeney chief called Owen Og II, Og, which means junior in Irish, gives shelter here to the fleet from the Spanish Armada in 1588. So the inscription here next to this sign next to me talks about the Sally Port, and it says this Sally Port was a hidden passage which allowed those inside the castle to sally forth unobserved. These steps and the underground passageway below lead to the postern or side door. Looking at the immense scale and architecture of this place, it is amazing to see. There's so much thought and care put into the building of these medieval Irish castles, and there's so many of them to explore in Ireland. It's a great place for this sort of history. So what's your first opinion on your first official Irish castle?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the castle we went to in the Isle of Man. I suppose I like the ruins. I like the huge gaps where the windows were.
I mean, half of it was built in the 80s, but we'll leave that bit out.
Only the middle bit. I like feeling how old it is.
I love feeling the oldness of the 80s castle.
It's not, most of it isn't. I'm not being funny. I think it's cool.
I really enjoyed that visit to Doe Castle. It's nice to be here with other people too, because Emma and Dawn were telling us about some of the amazing castles and estates that they have in England, and we can't wait to get over the water and explore those too. Donegal just continues to surprise and amaze. So we've made it to Glenveigh National Park. There is a bus service that takes you to the castle, but we don't know if we're going to avail of that today because we have Rosie with us, and I don't think dogs are allowed on the bus. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to check out the actual park grounds instead. We're walking down towards what I think is a nature trail, and it's marked by these little arrows on the ground. So for us, it's another day and another one of Ireland's national parks. This nature trail is actually really nice. We're walking right along the edge of a river and seeing some little picnic benches gathered about, different types of trees. They're marked here like holly, birches, all sorts. Some of the trees that we're seeing here are absolutely amazing, reaching so high into the sky. That makes me wonder how long they've actually been here for. We've got a place for reflection over here called the Big Shelter, and it's a place to unwind. Dogs aren't allowed in it, but it's about being quiet, and I guess probably good for taking in the nature. And maybe if you're a meditation lover and like grounding yourself in nature, it's probably one of the most perfect spots to go, because there's no noise here other than the sound of the sea beside us and birds chirping in the air. We're seeing some of the most amazing, tranquil, stunning scenery on this walk, and it's really why these national parks are some of our favourite to visit. So we have got about halfway onto the castle trail, and unfortunately we have had to turn back because Stephen just isn't able to go the full way. There is a bus here, but because we have Rosie we can't take her, so we're just going to head back. I think he's going to get a bit of a lie down and rest up a bit, and then maybe head to the next park up and play it by ear from there to see what happens.
I feel a wee bit better now. Not really too sure what happened. I haven't really been feeling the best today. I don't know whether it's because of what's going on with me or because I'm coming down with something. But we hit about halfway, and I was struggling to even get that far. And then we hit this hill, and I just couldn't do it. And then immediately as we turned back, I thought I was going to be sick. I just felt horrendous. Soldiered through to get back, get into the van, and immediately get into bed and went to sleep, which is just not like me at all. I just don't do that. Tony made me something to eat, and I feel like I've come around a wee bit more now, so I feel a lot better than what I was. So hopefully I'm all right now. I'm gonna try maybe and get some throat soothers if we can, because my throat's a wee bit rough. But I feel a lot better than what I was. Just a bit tired. So we ended up having an easy night last night, and we came to this amazing park up right by a surfer beach. It was actually a pretty quiet, peaceful night. We had a pretty good sleep, although we were woken up by the sound of people beeping their horns this morning, so I'm not sure why or what that was about. Hopefully it wasn't aimed at us. So this beach is actually called the Ballynaes Way, and it's home to all sorts of wildlife, including rabbits, birds and even seals. I don't know if we're going to see any this morning though, because it is pretty cold. These beaches always have the most beautiful dunes. They reach really high and they make the place look so much more scenic. A lot of beaches in Donegal are like this, and each one is as impressive as the next. I always think we hit pretty lucky with these beaches because we seem to be the only ones here. I always like to just sit and reflect and look out at nature whenever I'm here, just really take it all in. One of my favourite things about this trip too is being able to see how much fun Rosie has whenever she's at the beach, and she gets that little bit of freedom where we can get her out of the house for a weekend, get her off her usual walking route and get off her lead and have a good old runabout when no one's around and burn off all of her lab, Springer, collie energy. And she really loves it. She's just taken the Vanlife 100%. She's the perfect dog for us and the perfect dog for being a travelling companion. Whenever you lived in quite a built-up town like us, it's nice to get to these amazing natural locations that we don't get to see every day where we would live. So van life and getting away every weekend in our camper has been excellent for not only our physical fitness but our mental health and our appreciation of the country that we live in. So we have got to the location of the Bunbeg shipwreck. We've actually never been here. I actually never knew about this place until Emma told us about it. So it's something new for us to see too, which is quite exciting. Yeah, it looks sort of cool here off in the distance.
And I have all the facts, which I will tell you whenever we get to the location. Yep, I've been doing my research. These Donegal beaches are always so impressive, aren't they? They're always massive.
Well, this one's pretty cool because you have the islands and it's all accessible because the tide's out. As well as that. Oh, look, there's a jellyfish.
Yes, I've seen a few actually.
That's them dangerous ones, I think.
There's so many little islands you can walk to.
Oh, look at that.
You can see
Sandworms.
Yeah, I see quite a few of them. That filled me full of confidence here.
What do you mean?
A bit gross. So this is the Bunbeg shipwreck, otherwise known as Bad Eddy, and it sunk or was wrecked in the 1970s.
So without looking up any facts on it, I would say that I guess that's the drive shaft for the propeller that's sitting there. That would have been the old boiler for the engine.
So this was originally a small fishing boat and it was called Cara Namara in Irish, which actually means friend of the sea. This is said to be one of Donegal's most picturesque and memorable sites for the people that come and visit this boat on this beach. So one of the cool things about this ship is that it actually drifted ashore. It wasn't originally wrecked here whenever the tide was in. The shore has been that heavy that it's actually drifted it right out onto this beach, which is incredible to think about the power of the sea. So that was definitely something really different for us. I don't think we've seen any shipwrecks before.
Nope.
So something new for the channel, something new for us, and props to Emma for finding this place.
Because we never knew it existed.
Never had any clue. So it's been nice to actually do our little convoy and be the ones in the passenger seat for once, being able to see all of the best sights that Donegal has to offer. So I think this was the last spot to see on our sightseeing tour, and overall we've had a fantastic week. Emma has provided a great itinerary for us and some amazing park-ups along the way. Getting to spend time with Dom and Emma this past month has been absolutely amazing. Not only was it a privilege for us to spend time travelling with them, to see the most amazing Irish spots, it's been a journey with friends that we won't forget, and we look forward to crossing paths again in the future. So I want to give a massive thank you to Always Away. And with that, our journey with Always Away has come to an end, and I want to give Emma and Dom a massive thank you for making it so worthwhile going on these trips with us. And if you want to see more of our adventures, we'd like to invite you to subscribe so that you can join us on the journey.